Okay, so I'm back with another video. Tonight I'm making John Wayne casserole. And what I have in the pan here is 2 pounds of ground beef, 80%. You can choose however much you want, but I'm just doing 80%, 20% fat. 80% lean, 20% fat. And this is 1 small onion that's been chopped up, and you can dice it as fine as you want. I didn't dice mine that fine. It's kind of more like chunks of onion, but that's how I like it. So you're just gonna let this brown, and then after it browns you're gonna drain the grease, and then after that you're gonna add some seasonings to it, and I will show you what that looks like. I'm just gonna brown this meat up first. Okay, so I cooked the ground beef and the onion until it was all brown, and now I'm going to add in taco seasoning. So you either do 1 packet or you can make your own, and I made my own today. I normally just buy the packet from Walmart or wherever grocery store. So you're going to add some of that, and then you can add 1/4 of a cup of beef broth, or you could do water. So I'm going to add a 1/4 a cup of water to this, and then we're just going to let it cook for a little bit on low heat. Okay, so now you want to get 2 cans of this mild diced tomatoes and green chilies. So you just want to pour this in. If you like spicy, you can do the more than mild. You can do the one that's hotter, the original. But if you have small kids, like I have a small toddler, and my baby does not need something spicy, so I find that the mild can is really good. So 2 of these, and these are 10-ounce cans, 2 10-ounce cans of the mild diced tomatoes with green chilies. Then we're going to add 1 can of whole kernel golden corn, and this is a 15-ounce can, and that goes right in. So all we have in here so far is the taco seasoning, and you can make your own or you can just buy the packet. And if you need a recipe for taco seasoning, you can just look that up online. It's simple, but mine just has like basically chili powder in it and cumin and garlic powder, and I put some paprika in mine. So there's lots of different things you can do. You can add anything you want, salt. Just gonna let that simmer for a little bit, and then I'll show the next step. And my baby's in the background. I have my baby monitor video on, and she's playing in there, so that's why that's the noise that's in the background. I need to shut the monitor off because I'm about to go get her. But I just wanted to make this video. If anybody wants to try this recipe, it's really good. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so we're just gonna let that simmer for about 10 minutes on medium heat, medium low. Okay, so I have a can of biscuits here, Grand's Southern Home Style biscuits, 8 of them. We're going to open this can, and we're going to put each biscuit down here. I have a little layer of olive oil that I'm going to spread around with a paper towel just to get the whole thing evenly coated. We're going to take each can of biscuit and flatten it out till it covers the bottom and put it together, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I have now spread my biscuits evenly, eight of them, and I've pushed them together and just kind of flatten them. This is going to be your crust. And then you're going to take this mixture that's been cooling on or cooking on low, and you're going to top it over this biscuit mixture. Okay, so now I've topped the biscuit mixture. I've topped this beef mixture over the biscuit mixture, and now I'm going to show you the topping to put on this, which is the most important part. Okay, so in this bowl I have 1 block of cream cheese, 8 ounces, and I softened up the cream cheese, or you can let it sit on the counter, but I just threw mine in the microwave for like 25 seconds just to soften it. And then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise of your choice, a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise in here, and an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. And then we're going to add our seasonings. So the seasonings are a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and a sprinkling of salt. So I'm going to add my seasonings in here, and you can add as much as you want. You can add a little bit more if you want, just based off preference. Sometimes I do a little bit more than that, but a 1/4 teaspoon is fine. So it has some really delicious flavor. Okay, so once you get those seasonings in and the salt, you're going to mix it up real good. And then once you mix it up real good, you're going to layer it evenly across the top of the beef mixture. Okay, so we got this on top now, spread evenly. And you're going to add some sharp cheddar cheese on top. Okay, so once you get your cheese on top, it should look like this. You're going to bake it. I usually like to cover mine, but you don't have to, but it just helps the cheese from burning. So I like to cover it with foil, and you're going to bake it in a 375-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Sometimes it might need a little bit longer, so just cut into it at the bottom after about 35 minutes and see if the dough is cooked all the way. If not, you might want to add another 5 to 10 minutes. And just a side note, you can do 350 as well. Sometimes I do 350, sometimes I do 375. But if you're going to do 375, I would say the 30 to 35 minutes is enough. If you're going to do 350, you might want to try 35 minutes, and then after that add the 10 minutes. But either way, both temperatures work. I've done this recipe at both temperatures. The original recipe I use calls for 350, so you can use that as well. But sometimes I'm pressed for time, so I just cook it a little faster and do around 30 to 35 minutes. So it actually comes out really good. This will be very melted on top, and so I'm just covering it with my foil, and then I'm going to bake it and show you the aftermath of how it looks. Okay, so this is the final product here. When you cut into it, it should be fully cooked through. If it's not, you can do a few more minutes, but the biscuit is cooked through, and I did it for 350 degrees. And I ended up doing it for 35 minutes, which you can do a little bit longer if you want, but 35 minutes for 350 seems to be perfect, and it gives you this golden dark crust. So I hope that the cheese is really brown throughout, so I hope that you enjoy the recipe.